I'm going to plant up as much as I can get done in hopes that at the end of this video, I'll have the majority of the plants that's supposed to go in this area in a container or in the ground. Let's get started. Alright, so I'm going to go in and scrub this container up really quick. Of each container, I'm going to go in and add a little bit of mesh. Here, place a coffee filter in the bottom, and so that's just going to help me a little bit more. I went in and I've completely drained the bottom tier of my fountain. I'm not going to drain the upper tiers. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spray out the bottom level, and then as that water cycles through, that water will then clear out and everything will be 100% crystal clear. How I have always done my fountains in my garden. So the reason why I'm coming in and clearing out the bottom is because it has quite a bit of algae, which is to be expected because that is the area where the pump is sitting at. And so since that's where the pump is, that's where you will more than likely see the majority of the gunk in the fountain. Now that I have that done, I'm going to go ahead, spray out the bottom and add a little bit more water to the bottom of the fountain. Once I add that water, I'm going to remove that out with the pump, and then we'll go ahead and start filling up the fountain. Okay, so we have everything out of the bottom of the fountain. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just fill up this bottom part of the fountain, put the algaecide in there, and by the time the end of the video is done, the fountain should be running clear. So this is algicide and clarifier, and it calls that you use these for fountains, tabletops, bird bath, and water gardens. Containers turned out. I'm very excited. Come on in, you guys, and take a peek at these containers. Containers that I planted up are planted up exactly the same. They have a combination and a flow and a color scheme to me that screams summer. Now, in my last video, I went in and I set the scene and the stage for the colors in this area here. So one of the things that I practice and I preach so much is cohesion, cohesion, cohesion. Everything should just be married together. The colors should blend together effortlessly in order to give you a beautiful look. And sometimes by going with less is more and using the same kind of flow and color palette, you'll have a show like never before. Let's get in and let's look at these containers. Now, we're going to be looking at these containers from all sides, right? So, what I wanted to do is I wanted to create a little bit of height here. Now, I have a purple fountain grass, and we'll get in, let's get in a little bit closer and look at these containers. In this container right here, I have a purple fountain grass. I have a rockin' playing the blue salvia. I have a golden butterfly, Supertunia Vista Fuchsia. That's in this container right here. And I gave space for the rockin' playing the blue salvia because they get pretty big. What I like to do after I plant my containers up, I like to go in and I like to just go ahead and just get everything out the way, get the container looking nice and neat. I will deadhead these just like I did on the other container when I was planting it up in the video. This container right here, we have Supertunia Vista Fuchsia. We have Supertunia Honey, Supertunia Bordeaux, and then we have Truffula Pink Gomphrena. And cleaned out the fountain. The other 4 tiers, I did not remove the water. That's how I always do it. I attack the bottom level, and basically once I put my algicide and my water clarifier in there, it's going to suck everything back to the pump into one big clump, and I can just walk in the next morning, pick the clump out, and then everything is fine. Did not have to go in and take the pump apart. That part was okay, but as you guys can see, if we get in close and we look at this, crystal clear, and the water is going to be clear as ever. I think everything goes together really nice, but one of the things that I think that took this arrangement over the top is I went in and I added a beautiful pair of obelisks, round obelisks to the top of these containers. Now in this container here, it sits off, it flanks the entryway, and I like how I have my structure here, And so I came in, I added these earlier in the season to bring structure, to let you know this is the way that you enter into my garden. And then we follow that down here because I have a lot of blooms going on. You have the hydrangeas along the back side of the wall and it shapes around. We're just now getting started. We are just now getting warmed up. One of the things that I can do all day long, do you hear me? All day long is plant up a container. Mix container arrangements together. Once everything flows out, I want these containers to just perform. Perform, perform, perform. And I like how the pops of color in this area just really just screams. I will say, I am very excited to share with you guys just the different things that I'm going to be adding, moving in and out of this area. I cannot wait until this area just is completely done and I don't have to worry about it. I got a few more things that I need to do in this area and then it will be wrapped up for the season. So it's starting to get dark and I have a few more things that I have to do outside in my garden before it turns dark. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap the video up here. But before I do that, I want to thank you guys for watching. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Let me know down in the comment box what you think about these arrangements. I love to hear about it.